What is all this?
Imprinting. That's a wire mother. If you separate a gorilla from its real mother, it will imprint on almost anything. Even that.
Why would Fink care about that?
Songbird. He wanted him to imprint on me.
Well, if I recall, that was a problem he solved.
刻印的实验，让那个星星跟小女孩做联系啊，产生什么保护的效应之类的，当做自己的孩子。这又是什么实验？这不就毒死一只狗吗？哇！
These poor things. Fink couldn't get them to imprint.
超多旺旺的尸体。我在猜这边是不是说，星星是 Big Daddy 的原型，狗就是夜莺的原型，生物跟机器的结合。
How?
I was so young. I always remember him just being there. It must be a prototype or something.
Is it human?
Does it matter?
夜莺的原型。
I tried hypnotherapy.
On the Songbird. How'd that go?
About as well as you'd expect.
实验成功了。地上那些尸体都是夜莺杀的吧？
Booker, the little girl in the film. It's me. My God. Oh, I remember he'd crashed into the tower. I guess he was in some sort of fight. I waited there thinking I don't know, that something would happen, but he just lay there. Moaning. I couldn't just...
The line with the thorn in its paw. So much for science.
I should have just left him there to die. I should have just... I will never escape it. Exploited, exploiting, me, Comstock, you, Sally. It's like a wheel of blood spinning round and round. Well, this must be the genetic sample Suchong wanted.
He sent you all the way back here for a sample of your own hair?
He doesn't know I was once the child that imprinted on Songbird. But to him, all the answers lie in DNA. Men like Suchong mistake an ounce of empathy for a pound of science.
大老远跑来拿自己的头发。
Check for stragglers. Spread out.
Here I come! Show yourself. I'll find her.
哎，走错路了。
Someone sneak out.
Oh, you! I'll hunt you down.
Show yourself. What you got there?
Just grabbing anything that looks halfway there.
I heard you.
Never stop fighting! Don't think you can hide from me!
Do you think Daisy really even had a choice?
What do you mean?
Right about now, I'm planting a pair of scissors in her back to protect a child she was never going to harm. She chose to die for her revolution. What about me? For all the endless worlds, all the infinite possibilities. Did ever even have a choice. Did you?
Yeah. Booker thought he did.
Look where it got us. Right back where we started.
我们开始的地方。
All these infinite universes. And yet we end up just going down the same paths.
I don't take your meaning.
My father sold me to settle a murder. Comstock locked me up in a tower. I sold Sally for what? Revenge? To prove a point?
And yet, here you are, settling the debt.
And say we find her. The old past their damage to the young. Isn't it too late for her now?
Well, I'd say that's up to her to decide. Justice coming back here was up to you.
Rapture runs on children. Little girls with gold growing in their bellies. I'm not gonna break any cycle. If I'm lucky, maybe I can dent it. Just a little.
这边已经是战斗后的现场啊。
Pretty lady has the hair? Deal is deal. Bring it to Suchong.
Pretty lady put hair sample in tube. Then business is finished.
What's going on out there?
Bloodshed, violence, but not relevant to our arrangement.
Suchong, we had a deal. Now open.
怎么啦？怎么啦？莱恩，
Do you know what they call someone who enters a man's home uninvited? A thief. And I do not remember inviting you into my city.
I had a deal with Suchong.
Li Chong is my employee. It was not a deal he was authorized to make.
What do you want?
I granted Atlas and his thugs asylum. You serve those same men in a desire to escape from my generosity. If they shall not have asylum, then they shall have liquidation. Give a parasite an ounce of charity, he'll demand a pound.
I'm just looking for a girl that was taken from me. A little sister.
I don't claim to understand what you are, but I know that you are special. There is business we can do together. And so I give you a choice. Work for me, or die with Atlas.
I'm not going anywhere without that girl.
If it's a little sister you want, that shouldn't stand in the way of commerce. I've got dozens of them.
I won't leave without her.
My men stand ready to take down the door. In 60 seconds, they will enter the room. They will either treat you as a valued employee of Ryan Industries, or as a thief in the night.
莱恩派人来下面想要清场，
There must be half a dozen.
给了我们60秒的时间考虑。
I gotta get ready. Traps. I can use the plasmids as traps and seed the room with them. I gotta find somewhere to hide and surprise them. Take them down one by one. Booker, I'm scared.
They'll underestimate you, Elizabeth. People always do.
40 seconds. You know what I see on your face? Uncertainty. Who is this girl to you?
我已经准备好了。
30 seconds. Do you know the value of the shark? Without them, the sea would be littered with the detritus of the weak. The men who come for you have much in common with those great animals. What sharks do for the ocean, these men do for rapture. 20 seconds. I will tell you something you already sense. Atlas does not honor agreements. Andrew Ryan does. I cannot save your Sally, but I can save you.
伊丽莎白就静静的听他那边讲屁话，吭都不吭一声。
You're not a hero. You're not even a parasite. It's just a room. And Andrew Ryan has no time for rooms.
哎，左边没人，只有右边有人。哦，哦，能力者哎。哎，后面。
Better you than me. I'm not taking the next bullet. What's going on?
又是能力者，想绕被杀，哪有这么容易？
We're not all easy.
也不过如此嘛，一群小废物。
Sharks, Ryan. The better man won. Isn't that the only thing you respect? Now let me the hell out of here.
Sounds like all hell's breaking loose out there. What's your plan?
I can't just place the particle on the ceiling. It would just tear right through it. But every building in Rapture was submerged into the ocean on the Lunette ring, connected to the junction of its load-bearing supports.
That's fascinating and all, but if you haven't noticed, Ryan sent his goons to murder us. If you're gonna pull a rabbit out of a hat, now's the time to do it.
Looks like the structural junction is in Frank Fontaine's office. If I can get there, I can float the building.
It so happens I've taken that bastard's office for my own use. I'll make sure you've access to the private elevator. Now hurry.
外面已经打起来了呢，我要先回收一些东西。哎哎，怎么死了？我都还没敲到你就死了。这边可以直接下去吗？在哪里呢？应该在后面。有点迷路哎。哦，我找到了，在前面。啊，不是这里呀。没关系，这边也有个东西我漏掉了，需要回收一下。在哪里呢？哦，找到了，在这里。
Atlas, the heat is on. Ryan knows something's up and is sending men to investigate the department store. Suggests you lay in supplies at the Manta Ray Lounge and prepare for a siege. Looks like there's something in the Manta Ray Lounge worth investigating.
另外一个需要回收的是加强兵的能力的是，哎，这边也真怪啊！我记得附近有一个补给商店，哦，在这里。补血是按什么键？按 G 键。接下来就是要前往方舟的办公室。哎，不对，那个加强能力值的我还没拿到呢。我有点忘记在哪个方向了。哦，就是这里啦。这个。
Coming next year.
Of course.
看一下怎么走，走到这里。又一个瞎子，又一个瞎子。双杀！哎，哪尼一个都没杀到。你怎么跑掉了？你怎么跑掉了，先生？哇，这么恐怖吗？跑好快哦！浪费我的子弹。
Get back here!
I see her.
哎，被看到了。哎，你怎么复活了？你怎么复活了？ 哎，我没射到你吗？哎，这是食物吗？还是颜料？哦，食物。
Elizabeth, this poster. What's this all about?
Cohen spent 2 months as his disciple, trying to get a line on his trafficking ring. Awful man.
Why not just kill Comstock and be done with it?
Comstock had to
哎，我被打了，我被打了吗？在哪里？啊！天哪！
deserved it.
Did he? Did he deserve it?
I suppose we all do. One way or another.
所以说，那个伊丽莎白来到这边为了复仇，也是待了一段时间啊。她的心思蛮缜密的，经过计划以后才对那个先知下手。他没有马上去找他。
What's going on? Had any principles?
哎，能力者不见了。
I know you've done it.
哦，在后面。
Hide it? They're down for the count. Been expecting you.
Those bottles. Just like on the coded note to Fontaine.
密门里面藏了什么呢？
Fontaine and Atlas. Son of a bitch. What was that?
You know, don't you?
The doors, they're cracking open. My memories of the future and somewhere I'm going to go.
You sure it's your future you're looking at?
If not mine, then whose?
一样的问题又出现了一次啊！你确定你看到了真的是你的记忆吗？
Elizabeth, you know Atlas is going to...
I know. And I'm ready.
Are you sure?
I sent myself here for a reason. Didn't I?
And who exactly are you speaking to, Miss Comstock? If I were less acquainted with the vicissitudes of genius, I suspect I would question your sanity. I know so little of you, but I imagine the more I learned, the more exceptional I would find you. You know Atlas will betray you.
And what are you? My best friend?
You're one of a kind in this world, or others. And now, your misguided sense of altruism sends you to your doom. It's like watching Isaac Newton die in a house fire, in a vain attempt to save his cat.
There. All the load-bearing columns come into this room and they meet there. I just need to place the particle in that junction, activate it, and the whole structure should rise.